good morning everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to show you how I change my septum ring. I've been off a couple of weeks because obviously it's the Easter holidays, but I'm going back to work on Monday and I really can't have this for work. So I'm going to show you how I swap it over. I got this septum ring, I got the septum pierced about a year and a half ago. I also had my nose pierced probably about 20 years ago. I'm going to show you both options. To be honest, I might be able to wear this for work, this one, but I'll show you the more subtle style of nose studs, just in case that you're not allowed to wear it for work. Alright, first of all, obviously blow the nose, make sure your hands are clean. So this is a clicky style septum ring. So what you do, you put your finger inside your nose and you kind of have to look for the piercing, because depending on how far your piercer actually pierces your nose, there is a soft bit inside the nose that gets pierced because obviously it can't go through the cartilage. Mine is a 16 gauge. So just before you take your piercing out, you kind of need to see how far you are up there. So yeah, so this is a clicker style. So what you do is like you unclick. Mine unclicks from the left to the right and kind of try to squeeze it through. I don't know if you can see it. I'll pop it in there so it kind of comes off like that. So yeah, so this is a clicker style septum ring. I'm going to show you, I actually got this one from Amazon. There's a packet of two. This is the 8mm one. I don't know if it's going to be focusing. This is an 8mm one. So yeah, so got this out, put it on the side. If you need, blow your nose again. And I'm going to be using this. So this is the, my hand is very sweaty. So this is the kind of horseshoe style, although I think some people don't like it to be called a horseshoe. So when you first have your nose pierced, then this is very likely the one that you will be given by your piercer. As I said, when you have your septum pierced, then check the gauge, because obviously I only had it done once, so I asked this piercer what gauge it is, because you don't want to start putting something in that's not gonna fit. And also just make a note that it's a 16 gauge or whatever gauge. I'm not quite sure if they pierce with other gauges. So this is the bigger horseshoe that you're gonna come home with. You're gonna go home with, and this is the smaller one. Can you see the difference? So after the piercing, this one goes in, and I think I waited for about 3 months until I swapped it for a smaller one. Okay, so the smaller one, or both of them, they got a little ball at the end. So you unscrew it. You have to be very careful. Obviously, don't do this over the sink. Do it somewhere where you can catch it, because this ball is really teeny tiny. So yeah, so I got this off now. So I'm gonna try to put it in. So I knew that my nose was pierced. The septum was pierced really high up. So I'm kind of trying to feel. It's a bit off the pot, like, here we go, got lucky today. Can you see? So it's gone through. Yeah. So try not to stress out, because some days like today, I'm really surprised it just came in and out. But sometimes you really have to feel for it, and you really don't want to hurt your nose in the inside, because it can be quite sore after. Alright, so I'm just going to be putting this little ball back. Again, you have to look for the teeny tiny hole in there. My eyes are not very good, I'm afraid. And again, you have to feel. What I normally do is righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. I realize this is not the case with this ball. So what I do is lefty-tighty, righty-loosey. Alright, so wish me luck. We're trying to pop this in. I'm going to be using the camera actually, try to, because sometimes it takes me a bit of time. So let's see. You might be able to feel a little bit of a click there. Make sure you do this sitting up as well, because you really don't want to inhale this. Otherwise you have to go to E&E. put a little bit of pressure on it. Can you see it? I'm doing it left. It also maybe depend on which side of the ball you're going to be unscrewing. So you have to keep going and going and going, because I think the thread is quite long on this. Okay, and then you will feel a bit of resistance. So really like tighten it really hard, because it actually loosens. Check the other one as well. And what I sometimes do, because I know I wouldn't recommend this, again, it's a disclaimer, I've been doing this for a while, well, a year and a half, and with the nose study even longer. But because I know from experience that this tends to get loosened. So my husband's got some pliers, really fine pliers, so I kind of super tighten it. The thing is that when I have to change it, then obviously I have to be careful, and I kind of now know which way it goes. Okay, so the septum ring is in, and what I do, because obviously, as I said, I can't really wear this for work. What I do, I flip it. So when I go in the morning, what I do is, before I start work, the easiest way to flip this is do this face, and I push it in and push it off. Yeah, obviously with this one it doesn't have a long post, but if you got nose ring, you may want to take the nose ring out if it comes out easily before you put the septum ring in, just because obviously it gives you a little bit more space. So yeah, so now it's in, and nobody can actually tell that I do have a septum ring in. Yeah, so, and then just flick it out. You can, you will get better at it as time goes on, I promise. So in and out. Yeah, good. So that's it. Sometimes this little horseshoe, it's quite tight, it doesn't really go in, because obviously this bit between the two balls could be quite like close to each other. So what I did, again, I used a little bit of force to kind of pry them apart. You can use pliers, but again, just be very careful. All right, so this is in. And so I've got this nose stud. I don't know if I'm going to change it. I may change it. I'm just going to show you the selection of septum rings and nose rings that I've acquired throughout the years. I'll try to tell you exactly where I got them from. Alright, so this is my collection. So this was the one that I had in my nose. Can you see the difference? I'll try to... Alright, so as I said, it's from Amazon, and it was a packet of 2. I think this is the 10mm and this is the 8mm clicker. And to be honest, I tried the 10mm, it was way too big for me. As I said, these are all 16 gauges. So this one, I think I got it from Claire's. I got it from eBay, actually, from Claire's. So you can actually get these from Vinted, eBay, Amazon, wherever you want. But obviously buying brand new ones, I definitely wouldn't buy a second-hand one. So these are, I would say, these are one of my favorites. So you can see it's got a little bit of crystal in them, and this is slightly twisted. So these, because I really like the clickers because they go in so easily. This is from Amazon. I really love this style, but it doesn't suit me. It just looks like my nose is running. So, but it is a very pretty one. I wish it did fit me. I got this online. I'm not quite sure. It was probably one of my first ones, actually. But I do not like it. It's just too big. It just looks like I should be on a farm with this one, if you know what I mean. It's massive. So this is the one that I told you about. So this is the original one that I was given when I had my septum pierced. And these are just basic little nose ring, just like I should have really put them together with this, because this is, so these are the septum ones that I use, okay? And these are my nose studs. So these are the 2 little nose rings. I mean, you can get them, they are really cheap. You get them from Amazon. You can get, I actually got a packet, I couldn't find it. I got a packet from Sainsbury's, and they were really impressive. Yeah, so that you can buy them all over the place, but make sure that obviously you don't use your nose ring in your septum, because they are different gauges, and don't try to put the septum ring into your nose ring, because that's not gonna fit. All right, so these are quite interesting ones. So this, I would say, this was probably one of my favorites. So this is from Tribe or Tribu. It's actually one of my favorite shops in Camden. You might have well, you may know this shop. And this was probably one of my first or second one. I think I got this from my husband. So this is just the nose that is a sterling silver one. But these are the ones, I think I got this from Amazon. I think a packet of, I don't know, they had loads in there. I personally do not like these because they are, can you see how short they are? I mean, I put it in and I blow my nose and I end up losing them. Even with this one might have been in the same packet. They are very pretty, but again, I think the other day I wore one of these, I think. I just, when I was showering, washing my face, it just literally popped out and went down the drain. So I don't think I'm going to be wearing these any soon. But this is pretty good. So I'm just going to flick these just to see. So I got this from an online shop. Again, not sponsored. And just talking from personal experience. This is, I think it's called Body Jewelry Shop. It's an online shop because I went through a phase when my nose, even after like years having the nose pierced, for some reason it just was really uncomfortable with the jewelry. So I wanted something that was non-metallic, and this is actually non-metallic. This is called, I think, Bioflex. So if you want to check it out, and can you see this is clear? So what you do, you just put it through the nose, and obviously this is cuttable. So what I tend to do, put it in because this is very long, so it sticks out. Just cut it back gently, so carefully. So these are pretty good if you kind of, if you don't want to wear anything, or you just want to have a bit of a break, or yeah. So this is just to keep obviously the hole open, and I might be putting these in actually before I go back to work. So this is the same kind of thing. Excuse my finger, I thought that was actually a pen mark, but it's a cut. I don't even know how I got it. So yeah, so I don't know if you can see it. It's got a crystal. It's got a crystal at the end. Try to focus a little bit better. Can you see a little bit of sparkle? Excuse my nails, they look horrendous. I just cut them. Right. Yeah, can you see the little sparkle? So I think you can get different colors, but the base is the same. So it's, as I said, it's Bioflex, and yeah, it's kind of almost like a flexy material that you can cut back, to size. So this is it really. I wanted to share this with you in case you were interested, and please let me know what's your favorite body jewelry. How many earrings have you got? How many piercings have you got? And also, please let me know in the comment if you want me to cover my normal jewelry as well. They are quite unusual, I think. I can't really wear jewelry for work, but I do like some really quirky ones. So thank you very much for staying with me this morning. Have a lovely day. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and share my video. If you're a returning viewer, thank you very much for tuning in for today's episode. See you next time. Bye bye.